Captain.
Lieutenant Stamets advises that the ship is ready to jump.
I need them closer. Wait. Let's send our Klingon friends a message they won't forget. And go.
Hey everyone, Greg and Chastity here for our spoiler-filled review of Star Trek Discovery.
We're going to tell you what we thought about Season 1, but first, hit subscribe so you don't miss any of our TV videos, including the best Easter eggs from Star Trek Discovery Season 1.
Okay guys, major spoilers ahead, so if you haven't finished the season yet, go finish that right now.
Yeah, you can binge it all, so do that and then come back.
Okay, two things before we get started. One, I'm a little sick, so this is how I'm gonna talk throughout the whole review. I'm sorry. And two, you might not have known this, but we are also a CBS property. So, that said, we're still gonna go into our review, the good and bad of this season. Okay, Star Trek Discovery's over. What's your initial reaction?
I enjoyed watching a lot of this season, but ultimately, at the end, I was disappointed with where storylines went, or didn't go, or disappeared. I liked a lot of the cast, and I thought the characters had a lot of potential. I just thought their storylines just kind of went nowhere. How about you?
I was disappointed in the overall message, which there really wasn't one. After all these episodes, we have a story full of pain, vice, suffering, yet one speech at the end on pacifism, and a bomb MacGuffin saves the day.
All right, so as our resident Star Trek fan, how do you feel that this compared to other series?
It's really tough to compare it to other series if you wanted to. The show tried to be like Deep Space Nine, and also it's serialized, so this felt more like a movie, and for me it felt like Into Darkness. This whole series felt like Star Trek Into Darkness as a TV show. And we're gonna get into that a little bit more later too.
Yeah, no, I agree. It felt more like the new films than any of the TV series that I've watched.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't watched all of them, but it didn't feel like a Star Trek series. It felt like something different. And I think that was on purpose, and I think they were modernizing it. But also, yeah, it just felt more aligned with the films, which isn't necessarily a bad thing if you're also trying to make more films.
It's like Enterprise and Into Darkness combined.
All right, so let's talk about the characters. So what did we think of the crew of the Discovery and this version of Starfleet?
I wish I knew them.
Yeah, the bridge crew's just kind of there.
Yeah, that robot character, we didn't...
I want to know more about this robot.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Those characters and their story arcs, off to the wayside for the most part.
That's true. Yeah, it was mostly spent on just a few core characters. Michael, and then Stamets, and a little bit of Culber, but not really. And
Lorca.
Then Lorca, and Tyler.
Saru. And Saru, which I think was the biggest, story arc that actually went somewhere, and I don't think it was touched. Saru seemed to be the only character, and Tilly. They're the only characters kind of felt like they were untouched, and they were still going their consistent route, throughout the whole show.
Agreed. All right, let's talk about the villains or some of the guest characters. So we had Harry Mudd, who we both like a lot. Sarek shows up a few times. How do you feel that was treated?
So Sarek was just fan service. He honestly came in there like Spock did in the Kelvin timeline movies.
Yeah,
where you just get a little quick shot of him. Hey, it's Spock's dad. It's come on, let's relive the moments. And this is what that whole show was, really, fan service. After all that, favorite characters, who do you got?
My favorite character was Cadet Tilly. I think that she was the heart of the show. She's kind of, you place yourself in through her lens, you're looking at the Discovery the way that you would if you were starting in Discovery. Wow, I'm starting in Starfleet. This is how I would act. And I would be oh my God, I'm so inspired by these people, and I'm ready to do this, and I want to be a captain someday. I just loved that whole thing.
I feel like that's where the show was going. They were gonna have Tilly and Burnham be these characters on the outside, as Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, watching everything go along. On that note, another character that I loved a lot was Stamets. That character grew and grew, and I loved it even more each and every week until basically the finale, where they turned him back into just a piece of the ship.
Right. Lots of layers with Stamets, and I'm interested to see if there's going to be any more, trying to connect to Culber in Season 2.
I think you're in for a world of hurt if you think Culber's coming back. It's not happening.
You don't know, do you? Paul, I'm so sorry. But I died.
Okay, least favorite characters. What do you got?
Lorca. I'm gonna go with Lorca because his storyline kind of went nowhere. Like, no one learned anything from him, and he really had no redeeming qualities, I feel like. Like, there was nothing learned from this character and his arc.
Yeah, I love the character Lorca all the way up into the reveal. Even the reveal, the twist. I love that episode in the very end. I thought, okay, where are they gonna go with this?
Yeah.
And they went nowhere with it and then killed him.
And he disintegrated.
Yes.
The end.
Cool.
All right, let's talk about the good. So what did you think worked?
Overall, the look. Every time I'm looking at that show, I'm thinking, this is Star Trek? I've been waiting for something like this.
The CG.
Yeah.
The costumes. My God, the costumes.
Mirrorverse costumes?
Fire. Even when they're just slumming it, trying to blend in on the Klingon home planet, the fiercest people I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Like, what? Okay, there were definitely some standout episodes this season. What do you think?
Yeah, Harry Mudd's episode, Magic to Make the Sanest Man Go Mad. That's my favorite.
Best episode of the season.
I
agree.
I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to love that episode, only because, too, it's not so serialized as the rest of the show is.
Yeah, it's a really fun sci-fi Groundhog Day.
You are mad.
No.
I'm Mud. Now will one of you tell me how to work this damn system?
I think Sonequa Martin Green did a great job as the main protagonist. Like, a lot of times you have a main protagonist that's very dry, and that could have happened here. And she was at sometimes a dry character, but Sonequa Martin Green in herself and her performance delivered as much as she could.
Okay.
What do you think?
I was waiting to see where you were going with that.
Yeah.
Michael Burnham had one emotion from the pilot episode all the way to the season finale, and that was pain and sorrow.
I mean, she went through so much.
Every episode, it was hanging over her like a cloud, and there was no redemption for her character until the very end.
I thought that wrapped up nicely. That was one of the arcs that wrapped up nicely. She got redemption, and I liked that.
I thought that speech was painful.
But the moment with Sarek, I'll get back to that later.
Yes.
That was nice.
Okay, the mycelial network, the spore drive, cool concept.
Yeah, very cool concept. I thought it made this series unique because that's what makes it stand out. And they were able to jump everywhere and made them total badasses. So cool.
But as the Trek nerd thing, I'm trying my hardest not to just go, but how are they going to explain this?
Right.
For no one else using this in any time period whatsoever. TNG, they couldn't use it to jump away from the Borg.
I really liked the Mirrorverse, Terran Empire stuff. I thought that really worked. I would have liked more episodes in the Mirrorverse than a lot of the filler that we got in the front end of the season.
I loved pretty much everything in the Mirrorverse.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to see the actors play different versions of themselves, especially Michelle Yeoh, who is a total badass.
Perhaps if you teach me something new, it will be fair trade. Where is the shrine of Molo?
All right, let's get into the bad now. What do we got?
How many times do I have to see Tyler's torture / surgery / whatever is happening? Because that was a lot. I don't know how many episodes I saw that in, but I'm gonna say like 8.
Takuma! I can't get over the similarities between Into Darkness and Discovery.
In a bad way?
Yes.
Okay.
Now I understand, going back and looking at Into Darkness, the reviews, it's got an 87% on Rotten Tomato and
not bad.
And 90, I think, audience score. So people liked it. So I understand why they decided to keep most of the elements. But the one element they did keep that just seems to go too far is the fan service over and over again, hitting you over the head. So many Trek tropes, they kept recycling them over and over again. You got the Klingons, Into Darkness, it was Khan. Just the story arcs of the same characters. You get the same thing over and over again. You get the Enterprise comes back at the very end.
Yeah. I mean, that was obvious fan service at the very end. It's like, hey, guys.
That was like
ding, 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 ding.
Hey, you didn't like most of this season, but we promise we got something else that you know and is very familiar to you coming back for the very next season. Captain Pike, Kirk's on that ship probably.
And Spock?
A Spock kid. The weird thing about it, the season ends the same way Into Darkness ended, with a speech.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I forgot
A speech
about
for peace, just like Kirk. Burnham gives the same speech.
Okay, so the Klingons. All right, so we were very excited at the beginning of the season. We were hoping to see them develop the Klingons and learn more about their history, but then their storyline just kind of deteriorated.
Yeah, the whole world building, these gods, this culture they gave you in the first 2 episodes, It goes by the wayside very quickly, and I don't know what happened in the second half with the writers or what they decided and just
Laurel in a cage.
Yeah, and Laurel was in that cage pretty much all the way up until the final episode, where we get her out of there because we need her to do something because they said she's an important character earlier in the season. So now they give her this plot where, all right, let's give her a MacGuffin bomb, and she controls now the whole Klingon council. Okay.
How long's that gonna last?
For quite some time. Okay, best moments. I gotta go with the Mirror Universe scene at the very beginning where they just get there and Tilly's on command, but she has to talk to the USS Shenzhou, but they don't know what's going on yet. So I love that scene.
Long live the Empire!
Long live the Empire!
Okay, I love the scene where Michael and Emperor Giorgio team up and fight Lorca and his men. Specifically, what is up with Giorgio's legs?
Also, Harry Mudd. Let's get back to him again because it was a great character. Rainn Wilson did a great job with him.
So many good moments, just a lot of humor. Also, I was genuinely afraid of him sometimes, but yeah, he was great.
The solar winds are my mistress, and I follow her wherever she beckons.
Also, I mentioned this before, but when Sarek and Michael had that nice father-daughter moment in the finale, touched my heart. It was beautiful when he tells her that she's been pardoned and then gives her this.
The Federation is as grateful to you as I am to my daughter.
Okay, season 2 predictions. What do you got?
Okay, first off, it looks like they're gonna rework Michael Burnham's character again.
Really?
Yes. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do, but you can tell already they wiped her record clean. So maybe they're trying to set her up for a captain.
All right, who is the new captain of the Discovery? So I think they were headed to Vulcan, right?
Yes.
Is the captain there? Just temporarily there? I don't know.
Maybe they don't make it to Vulcan though.
Yeah.
Whatever happens with the Enterprise here, this may be why we don't hear anything about Discovery. Maybe next season, they do just a tiny thing like, go to different planets. That's all I want.
Yeah. That's what they set out to do.
Yeah. Seek out new life and new civilizations, strange new worlds, just a wish.
I think there will be more screen time with the Discovery Bridge crew. I think they'll develop some of those characters. I don't think all of them, but a few of them.
The first season was rough for TNG. They had to figure things out, and they're going to do the same thing with Discovery. So who knows what's going to be next season.
I think we will meet familiar characters. I think we're definitely going to see Spock, at least.
Oh yeah, we're going to see Spock. We may see Kirk at some point. I feel like they're going to throw in any character they can, and then just a quick fix, a tweak in the script to make it canon. Now, with that said, everything going into season 2 for Discovery, I can't help but talk about the Orville.
I haven't seen it.
I loved it. It's pure TNG fan fiction, and Seth MacFarlane has already gone on record to say that the next season is going to be even less fart jokes, in a sense. Not that many fart jokes, and they're going to go really heavy into sci-fi elements.
Wow.
So Discovery has a little bit of competition in this realm next time we're here for season 2.
Oh boy.
So we'll see how that goes.
Let us know what you'd like to see happen in season 2 on Star Trek Discovery in the comments below, or reach out to us on Twitter. I'm Chastity_V.
I'm Greg FT155.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.